Hey guys, Bottom25 here playing KSP RSS once again. Today we'll be launching an Atlas 5 HLV, which stands for Heavy Lift Vehicle. It's basically, it uses the same idea as the Delta 4 Heavy. And that's... as you can see, we're aiming for the moon. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain to... Let's get these two lined up. Kind of trying to get that inclination measured in there because I have no clue. It's difficult because you've got absolutely no clue. Yeah, that's basically the point. We'll be launching in the middle of the freaking night. Oh, feck, I messed that one up, didn't I? I've hyperated and stuff, so I can't launch anything into the same inclination as the moon, and the name for that. So line it up there, and then zoom out and see. If that's it, then yes. Right then, judging by that, I'm going to go for a 45-degree inclination. So let's get her off the pad. Yeah. 3 RD-180s, and for some reason accelerates slower than an Atlas 5 401. Well, then again, yeah. Should accelerate slightly quicker, then again. Basically, we're launching something that I'm just refer to as the LRO. The LRO, the real-life version, is the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. I'm sorry, I apologize if you can't see anything. But, well, screw it. Ambient pressure thrust. I have no clue what mod this is from, but screw it, I'm keeping it. Of course, we want the inclination to increase. Even though in real life it was just going straight across. Because of course the Earth is kind of tilted. So those two would decouple, followed by those two. And then those. And this is a 2-engine Centaur, by the way. I don't know, but wouldn't it make more sense for these to fire while the coupling, you know? Yeah. Of course, I didn't even bother putting lights on this thing, because I didn't think it would be a nighttime launch. And that would use up electric charge. Look at that, we're through half our fuel! Oh, what a beautiful morning. No. Yep. Screw it. Screw it. Hold on, is there... I think it's called a rendezvous planner. Like, relative inclination. That's increasing, so... So let's just cut down on that inclination, please. Now, this is the first time I'm ever doing a launch like this. Right then. Oh, we might get... And prepare for cutoff. We have cutoff. We have separation. Look at time-to-lapse, it's just dropping. Yeah, actually, yeah. We'll just go for this. What is our apoapsis? Now we're high enough up. We're out of the... Actually, no, I'll stick with the usual 100-kilometer deployment. What's the relative inclination? 4 degrees and decreasing. Well, let's pop the fairings because they're just extra weight. Oh god, the forward load reactors just didn't work. Hopefully they won't screw us over at Centaur deployment. Relative inclination. Right, we overshot it a bit there. So therefore we must correct. Or get correct. No. How are we doing? Yeah, once again doing roll maneuvers. And this only uses single solar array because who cares about symmetry? Although seriously, sometimes I do think that that's how NASA thinks. Oh, once a fucking again. How are we doing? Still decreasing. Decreasing again. So you can. I'm going to try to give you a silhouette kind of the rocket. Because of course I can see this perfectly well, but sometimes the video doesn't bring it out like that. Like sometimes it is kind of just completely black, whereas I can see it clearly. How are we doing? Temp apoapsis is decreasing, but that's okay. Please tell me it's... Okay guys, how are we doing with the relative inclination? I'm presuming that's the lowest it's going to get, so... What's our... And now let's pitch up and start... And really start increasing our temp to apoapsis, because a Centaur is not very good at that. I'm trying to kind of keep the relative inclination fairly low, because 3 degrees we can kind of deal with. 3.26, so I'm not sure. Let's go back that way. Oh, that's increasing it. Okay, wait until the apoapsis is, let's say, 400, because that's what I'm going to call our parking orbit altitude. Or fuck it. And drop the nose. Yeah, 5 minutes sap-ops, we'll be fine. Right, and we have cut off. Not 5 seconds earlier, like on Cygnus. Yeah, you can see the dual engine Centaur. Common Centaur Cygnus. I don't know why it has a 3 meter there. There's the RL-10. I'm not sure what this was never developed, of course, because what's the point of developing it when you have the depth 4, basically. So we're going to keep on running and hopefully until we have a circular enough orbit. This has quite a bit of delta V, so I'm hoping that will be enough. 3.26, yeah, just kind of swivel. Yeah, just, yep, perfect. Just keep this thing pointed forward and we'll be fine. Oh, time to apoapsis is increasing. Huh. Kind of angle it down. Because we don't want our apoapsis and periapsis to vary too much. We want to keep as much of our fuel as possible for the guys. Show debris. So you can see all that debris. Oh wait, no, that's our launch pad debris. See, they aren't that far behind. They will burn up on at reaching the coast of Africa. What's this? Alright, that's the Saturn 1. Right, how are we doing? Doing good. Sehr gut. Of course, this wouldn't be on a real launch. Okay, so the Centaur has a hell of a lot of electric charge. How are we doing? Delta V. Okay, yeah, we might. Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we won't. Well, it's not calculating this thing's fuel. Something I don't know. Okay, screw it, prograde. Yep, now I'll push down actually, because now we're very much approaching having a periapsis. Of course, we want to keep as much fuel left in the upper stage as we can. And let's wait for the right moment to cut back. Half throttle, 2/3 throttle. So as you can see, well, I was about to say we'll burn up harmlessly, but yeah, not anymore now. We'll burn up over Australia. However, this is small enough that it will be fine. So we want to, as stated, get the orbit very balanced. Very. Basically get the apoapse and apogee and perigee in this case. My voice so weird. Now I'm accelerating myself towards the ground with the RCS, for Christ's sakes. Of course we'll be and fire them up. Disable RCS. And yeah, that is good. Right, so maneuver planner, home on, transfer to target, create node. We are cutting it very thin. Why is that dropping? Just dropping, increasing, dropping, increasing. T-minus 9 minutes. Right, let's see if I can do some adjustments. First, we want a polar orbit around the moon. Maneuver node. Local to bodies. Yeah. Yeah, and let's see what happens if I cut back. No, we want. Yeah, then we can use the stage to do any compensations. And of course, it is very important in real life to get the burns completed as quickly as possible, especially if you're using a Centaur. Because the Centaur is cryogenic, which means the fuel will be burning off. First, we want to keep all that fuel for the moon. So, I was considering adding an upper stage, but decided not to. Well, yeah, let's just say we had an upper stage. Yeah, there's the Canaries, so... No, wait, no, that's the Canaries, that's the Azores, or... No, not the Azores, whatever those islands are called. No, time acceleration... I refuse to believe that this does not have enough delta V. Heck, will it actually... See, that would actually increase our delta V because we're also burning that fuel. Running the monoprop, which is... Well, it's burned off now, so no more maneuvers. Or, well, no more attitude changes. That thing has a reaction wheel. I said we will extend that forward antenna. I apologize once again, but you know, it's not that much different. There's not too much of a difference. There we go, 30 seconds remaining, so it's not too big of a cheat. Alright, did that perfectly. How are we doing? Comrade. That's just enough. Right then. We can disable infinite fuel, unfortunately. Now we have to enable infinite. It says, even though I don't believe that works, does it? Yeah, I have RSS disabled, so. Yeah, prograde force run 0. Of course, now we're burning through the electric charge. So, whoomp whoomp, whoomp whoomp, whoomp whoomp. And decouple. Now, you can screw off, you can screw off. So as you can see, the Centaur is spinning. Let's get the extension. Let's get everything. So then we have the Omega 2 because, of course, we're at the moon. My voice went weird. Again. Now, let's see. Wait, what? Are you serious? That... Right, so as you can see, the planet, I think, is starting to catch up to our rotational speed. Quick save, yes? Yeah. It is, the Centaur is pretty fucking far away. I'm just... And, we never know the editor. Yeah, 23 meters per second we can spare 23 meters. So how much delta V does this thing have? Oh, Jesus, yes. Well, then again, yeah, we might need that. Move the target velocity because that's just... Right, where? There. Right, where? There. We'll go. I think most of you can guess this thing. That's what I was going to say. I just added those there because... Why not? Because I'm just saying those are cameras of some kind. So ignite the engines, camarade, if you would. Of course, this, it has to keep itself stable because the center of mass is off slightly. It's offset. So ignite the engine, if you would. Then again, yeah, this is not a... See, as you can see, the thing jolted. And I think as we're cutting back, you might... No, actually this has more than enough thrust to counteract it. Or thrust, torque. And of course, thrust and torque are not the same thing. Yeah, we're still just... There we go. We are in lunar sphere. We are in the lunar sphere of influence, so the next periapsis. Wow. Well, okay, we do need the extra. We will need the extra fuel for maneuvers near the planet, the moon. Of course, I think the key point is also to get into an orbit where it will get plenty of electric charge. But we actually do not need to worry about that, as we are basically exactly on the day-night terminator. So no, we don't even need to do really course corrections. But this will be a long burn, and I think the more the fuel burns, the more the center of mass will offset from the center of thrust. Also, the first stage of Falcon 9 arrived back at the port. I think it's probably Port Canaveral today. It looks amazing, actually. Of course, I would say that I'm a huge SpaceX fan. See what I mean? If I turn, it goes off. But of course, we do want to turn to get that single solar array to give us some power. Yeah. Let's say if we cut off now, we wouldn't go flinging off into deep space. Well, that's basically a perfect polar orbit. And we have cut off. So add a maneuver in 30. Oh. That makes much more sense. And then add maneuver. See, I'm thinking 2, 4, 5, 2. Oh, screw it. You have it. Well, there. 304, 260. Yeah, and then we'll do some fine adjustments from there. Disable auto warp. Also, if you're wondering why I disabled auto warp, it was so I could get the solar array. Yep, there we go, auto warp now. I want to get us as much solar power as possible as we bring our orbit closer to the moon. Which the burn will begin 23 seconds before the node, I think. Or maybe earlier, because it might take longer or something, I don't know. It actually ignites 25 seconds, yeah. So I think it actually does account for having to pull back at the end. Yes, now we're dropping our periaps. And we do want to we want to hug the moon, stay very close to it. Now the next maneuver. We'll bring up our orbit info. What's our orbital period at the moment? 7 hours, 20 minutes. Now we're going to drop. Oh, but we're getting very little power. That's the north pole of the moon. Yes, we might do some more adjustments, so we might add maneuver here and bring it down to... Oh yeah, that's actually not that close, yeah. Yep, we can do that. This is kind of like a bi-elliptical transfer orbit almost. Even though I could just save us time and then do that. Save us time by, you know, by throttling back, by bringing perhaps down on this burn. But my excuse is we need to be sure everything is fine and there is no damage and whatnot. Oh yeah, we're not getting... Yep, see, it's not full exposure because it's at an angle relative to the sun. First I was planning to launch a lunar lander, but I do not well, I could... This probably has enough delta V to land, really. I'm not going to try, though, because it's not designed for that. Prepare for burn, shortly. And you can see there's a bit of a wobble. Because our burn is almost complete. Engine. Cut off. Imminent engine. Cut off. Also, this would probably be... If this thing had the option of being... I don't know. I honestly don't know if I should just bring it down a teensy little bit. Just, I do want to cut it close, but I don't want to. But this spacecraft is too sophisticated to be an impactor. 21 kilometers. Quick save here, and we'll do a quick load if required. We will definitely be just coming in close. So the plan is to get really close up to the moon and get really high definition pictures. I honestly think the crater we just flew over, that's where we'll be performing the second. That's where we will be at our lowest point. So we have sunset. But at least we'll be coming down on the day side. Oh, no, we weren't over that crater. We were over one of these craters, probably. Well, we could have been over this. God damn, I'm getting confused. And circulars the next periapsis is good. Create and execute 8 meters per second. That should be a burn we get done very quickly. But now I know roughly which way the sun is, so we're going to try to get it aligned already. Oh god. I think we are really cutting it thin. I'm not sure I want to go through with this anymore. At least we have contact with Earth. Yeah, when I said I want to be coming close to the moon, I'm not sure I meant this close. Well, then again, maybe later if... Well, actually, the best thing to do is kind of look along sideways, and if you see mountains that are higher than your orbit, you're in a polar orbit, you know those mountains will eventually come across. Yeah, you can see what I mean by coming in close, don't you? Oh, and you can see the individual textures like that? Yeah, abort node execution, remove all nodes. Oh, yeah, 20 of 20. Let's go for 30. Because you can see... So we're over Flying over that crater now. So this is quite a flat area. Actually, abort, not execution. Abort! Screw it, we're sticking with the slow altitude. Screw it. Is it a mistake? Yes. Am I going to stick with that mistake? Yes. See that actually in the long run it was just supposed to get some close-up information before slamming into the side of a mountain. I bet none of these are actually useful. Actually, they are, probably. Just above the moon's major craters. Oh wait, don't tell me that, we'll just retract then. Oh no. God damn it, why do you do that? See what I mean? God damn it, why couldn't it use this one? Right, time accelerate a bit. This just looks amazing. Bring up surface info, actually, I want to see. See, 9 kilometers up, and it seems like you're a lot closer. But as we fly over this mountain ridge, it does not drop much. It drops to 8. Huh. You would think it was more than that. I actually want to see what the North Pole is like. No, that's the South. I want to see the Lunar South Pole. Yeah, what's going to happen to this is just gonna disappear into. Okay, here we go. We're starting to approach the more cratered area. So let's see if there's another biome here. Starting transmission. Done. And unfortunately that thing's going to retract. Oh yeah, that mountain can screw us over big time. Actually, how did we transmit that? We're out of line of sight. We have no line of sight with Earth. And this is our first... do we have any line of sight with anything? Look. From there... No. Everything is blocked by the moon. Right, because it's force threshold 0. If the bottom is level... that's like that, then we You know, that mountain looked like it could screw us up. It didn't. That mountain, on the other hand... It will be interesting flying over some of these formations. Watch as the sensor... Watch as the... Did not drop that much, actually. Which is a surprise. But yeah, now we're in between two massive craters. They're like a... Oh yeah. Might just be able to snag a bit of data as we skim over. And log. Oh, the moon's major craters again. Oh yeah, it was over that. Okay. Anyways, guys, I'm about 1925. That was the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Well, that was the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. I'm about 2025. Goodbye.